Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ian with Real City. It's nice to be here, specifically doing guitar reviews. I haven't reviewed a guitar in a while, but today we're going to be taking a look at the first of two guitars from the 1990s that are purple. In this case, the official literature on it is midnight blue, but it is in fact purple. This is a 1996 Ibanez RG570 made in Japan. All right, so I'm just kind of winging this. Oh yeah, I did want to say I'm going to talk about this a little bit because this is a review and demo. If you just want to see how it sounds, just skip like halfway through the video. That's totally fine. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of move this around and show you kind of how the guitar looks. I want to point out, pretty cool, right? I want to point out three things that really sold me on this guitar. I actually bought this in Seattle on Craigslist. It was crazy. I ended up driving up a like 5-lane highway in Seattle really late at night while it was closed, and the highway was blocked off, so I had to back down a like 90-degree incline 5-lane highway at like midnight because I got lost. It was really weird. But anyway, three things really sold me on this guitar and justified the like hassle to get it. I went all the way to Seattle to get it. Number one, I really like, I think this has, I probably should have looked up some specs on this. I think it has one of those double reinforced truss rods, but it has this really cool big stripe on the back. I like that a lot. I think this is the only Ibanez that I've seen that on. Maybe that's not true. Anyway, let's see. Another thing I really liked about it, and the guy I bought it off of pointed out, check out the truss rod cover here. I don't think it's original. I actually set this guitar up about 2 days ago, which the very first step of which was taking the truss rod cover off and adjusting the truss rod. It's really flimsy and just not very stable. So I don't know who put it on there. They did a good job of cutting it in the right shape, but the material itself is really flimsy, and you could break it with your bare hands if you bent it hard enough, but that's pretty cool. It looks neat. And then the third thing that sold me on this guitar was the pickups. They have the cool letters on them in the it almost looks like the font for one of the Terminator movies. So I'm very, oh yeah, and then of course the fourth thing that really sold me on this guitar was the color. Once again, this is called Midnight Blue. I've asked people what color is this. 100% of people say purple, so I'll just go with the collective opinion of purple. That's another reason I bought this guitar. I like guitars in fun colors, and if you watch other videos on my site, you can see that. Just kind of touring you some of the technical specs of this guitar. It does have a licensed Floyd Rose system. Just some commentary on this. It's nice. It doesn't feel... So I have, and you can see these guitars on my channel too, I have some 90s Jackson guitars, a 94 Jackson Dinky and a 97 Jackson Rhodes. And the tuners on those don't stand up very well to really heavy duty dive bomb sort of stuff, which I don't really do. I don't even care about metal or dive bombs or any of that stuff. I just, well, I do like metal. Like I like listening to it, but I don't play it because just doesn't interest me. But I do like guitars that A, stay in tune really well, and B, look really cool or really fun or whatever. So I tend to like 80s, 90s super strats, like in essence. But anyway, so the licensed Floyd Rhodes systems on those 90s Jacksons, they feel really die-cast like, and they don't hold up very well to really heavy when you really like beat on them. The material of these feels a lot nicer than the 90s Jacksons that I have. Those Jacksons are made in Japan, just like this guitar is. But I did want to say, you'll notice I don't have the whammy bar on this. The reason I don't have it on there is because the bridge of this guitar, when you bend it and then you just let it go, it doesn't bend back all the way. So your strings stay tuned a little bit sharp after you do like a bend and release it, even a little bend. So that really, for me at least, makes the tuning or the bridge here or the whammy bar kind of unusable. The way, and maybe it's just specific to this individual guitar here, I don't know. But the way you have to do it if you want the guitar to go back in tune is you have to bend it and then bend it really far back, and it'll snap back to the regular tuning. So this stays in tune really well, but if you just bend it and let it go, the strings will be a little bit sharp. They'll be tuned a little bit sharp unless you bend it back. So that covers our bridge and tuning system specifications here. This does have the Japanese tuners here, and they're really nice if you don't want to use the Floyd Rose locking nut at all. They stay in tune really well, they tune really smoothly, and are as good a tuner as you could probably ask of a guitar like this. I guess while I'm thinking about money, I paid $500 for this guitar. I've seen them sell online, just because that's what you do after you buy a guitar, right? Like you compulsively check online what's out there about it, what it's selling for, and that sort of thing. I've seen a lot of these modded to where like one pickup will be taken out, so there's like a kill switch, usually the middle pickup. But anyway, those usually go for like 600, and then if it's all stock, it's usually about 700. So I got a good deal on this for 500. You know, regardless of market value and all this, this is a really nice guitar. Like if you wanted to shell out $700 for this just to be your like workhorse guitar, it's worth $700. It's real nice. But I wanted to go over the pickup combination here, and it's exactly what you would expect of a guitar like this. So we have a volume knob here, we have one tone knob here, and then let's see, this is a 5-way switch. So the bottom switch, there's no coil tap or anything here. The bottom switch is the bridge pickup. This is these two pickups. This is the middle pickup. This is these two pickups. Man, this thing's pretty heavy. And then the fifth position is just this pickup. Cool, so good visual on that for you. I did want to say just some commentary about the sounds of these pickups. This is the first guitar I've bought where when I started to play it, I was like, damn, like this is a metal guitar. Like I say, I have, and you can watch videos on these on my channel. I have a 1988 custom shop Jackson Dinky, which is awesome, but it doesn't have any of the stock pickups, I guess. So probably not even relevant for what I'm saying. But 94 Jackson Dinky, 94 Jackson Dinky, 97 Jackson Rhodes. I got an 85. I'm looking at it right now on the rack. 85 Ibanez Pro line. All those guitars, when I play them, they just sound like really good sounding guitars. For me, at least, like as good or better than Fender. I haven't really had access to a Gibson just because they cost so goddamn much. But they just sound like good guitars. This is the first guitar where when I plugged it in, the pickups sound similar to EMGs. Not exactly like EMGs. EMGs, for me at least, are really cold and kind of bland sounding, at least clean. I think they're made to be played distorted just because they gave you a very just kind of vanilla, precise, just kind of cold sound, which is cool if you're a metal player, I guess. I've never played an EMG pickup I like. I've played EMG Hurt single coils, which you can see in my Charvel Avenger video. And then I also had a guitar that had an EMG 85, I think is the bridge pickup, and then I forget what the neck is. But that set, it's like a famous set of EMGs. I played them. You know, they're fine if that's what you want. I don't think they're bad pickups, but they're just very cold for me at least. But they're not as ice cold as EMGs, but you're getting into that territory with these. So yeah, these pickups are really metal sounding, which, you know, 80+% of people who watch this video, that's what they're going to be wanting a guitar like this for. So if that's what you wanted, that's what you get. But I did just want to comment kind of on the sound of these. The bridge pickup is what you would expect. It's really hot and squealy. The second position gives you more of a like Strat-like sound. It's not as, I think like spanky is the word that people give Strat pickups. And like, I swear, like only Strats sound that way. Like, I'll rat on Fender as much as the next guy just because I love like Floyd Rose guitars and how well they stay in tune, and just they're much more worry-free than a Fender guitar, where when you have like a stage light shining on you, you have to tune it between every song, every 2 songs, whatever. Super Strats take care of all that. Like, they're amazing. But a Strat just has this certain sound that you just don't hear outside of Strat. It's pretty wild, but I guess that explains their how prevalent they are throughout time. But anyway, so these two pickups gives you kind of a Strat-like sound, not exactly Strat-like, but a little bit more single coil-like. The middle pickup here, just by itself, it's really cool. It sounds like a really hot Strat single coil bridge pickup. So this is your like humbucker lead. If you put it in the middle position, it gives you more like a single coil lead sound. That's a real nice touch. You know, not a lot of people just play with the single coil or with the middle pickup. I feel like that position on the 5-way switch, at least on a Strat, is usually neglected. On this one, it's very, very useful. It sounds like a lead. And then when you go into position 4, once again, it gives you more of like a Strat style bridge pickup sound. Once again, not as spanky, frankly, not as good, but in that same sort of territory. And then as you might imagine, the 5th position, which is just this pickup, gives you your really beefy humbucker rhythm sound. So if you're doing a lot of shredding or just, you know, big rhythm stuff on your low E string, then this pickup picks that up really well and gives it the impact that you're probably looking for. It's nice just to be able to record here. About 6 months ago, I thought my Camtasia setup was fucked. I don't have a fancy setup or anything here, and I don't really care, but I like it to work. It works now, I think. But anyway, just going over some more details on this guitar. Now we're to the more minor stuff. You know, for all intensive purposes, these are guitar porn videos, so we're getting into the real porn of the guitar porn. This is the neck joint here. I personally, talking about guitar porn, I love neck plates on guitars, like specifically the Ultimate neck plate, the Jackson San Dimas neck plate, where they go like for like $100 just for a neck plate on eBay. Probably so people can put those on guitars and like say they're Jackson San Dimas custom shop, but they're not. Like, it's greasy stuff. But I really like neck plates. I'm looking at my 2 other Ibanez guitars right here. I guess the Jet King, Ibanez Jet King, doesn't have a neck plate. I think that's my only other guitar without a neck plate. But my 85 Jackson Pro line in pink, it does have a neck plate, and I really like that one too. It's a little bit rusted and it looks cool. I love neck plates. But this one doesn't have one, but I still think it looks cool and it feels good. You know, most modern guitars now have that like flow where the body just flows into the neck and is sanded down or whatever. You can see just kind of in the evolution of guitars, this model was moving towards that. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, there's the neck joint there. And then what else did I want to cover? Oh yeah, I wanted to cover the strap. I don't even know what these are called. The strap things, the things that hold the strap on. These are not very good. Just for comparison, I'm just going to get it. I'm just going to grab it. So just for comparison, here's my 1985 Jackson Pro line. It's an amazing guitar. I will say a little bit thin sounding, but sometimes that more subtle sound for a guitar when you're recording and stuff is what you're going for. But anyway, check out the things that hold the strap on these things. They look wicked and they're super functional. This strap is not coming off and it looks awesome. So that's what Ibanez was doing in 1985 with what I think, yeah, it just disappeared on you. With what I think was a cheaper guitar than this RG570. Big downgrade on the things that hold the strap on. I'm pretty sure this is like brass or plastic. This thing under it is definitely plastic, and then there's like a little felt thing. Just really cheap parts. It feels cheap and is not especially buzzword, not especially innovative for, to be on something as, just cool and cutting edge as this guitar is. And then I'll just show you the headstock here. Sometimes I'll rewatch my videos and always like these kind of shots. So you can see the Ibanez logo is like mirror there, and then the rest of it is painted on white. So really cool looking. I also wanted to say, if you're the one out of, I look at my channel analytics, if you're the one out of every 100 people who's a girl watching guitar videos on YouTube, keep it up. There's way too many guys out there who are into guitars. Like it's ridiculously skewed in terms of gender and stuff like that. So keep with it and get more girls into guitars. And then I did want to give you a shot of the action on this guitar. There you can kind of see it. I don't claim to be a pro or whatever in terms of doing setups, but I'm pretty good. I've been doing it for a while. You can see that's pretty low. It's not as, insanely low as like on my Ibanez Jet King, which is kind of crazy because that's a really cheap guitar, or as on the 80, it's actually 87, I think I said 88, on the 87 Jackson Custom Shop I have. It's not that crazy low, but still that's pretty good. This is a mean machine. I did want to comment, I read online a lot of people don't like the neck profile on this guitar. I think this is called a Wizard 2 neck, and I can understand why. So usually guitar necks are either, they'll have a thinner fretboard and then a, thicker neck, or they'll have a wider neck board and then the neck gets really thin. So that's for metal players. With this one, you have a pretty thick neck here, and then the neck is really wide too. Like, I think this is the widest neck of any guitar that I play. I don't have like huge hands, but if you have, I would say I'm on the smaller end of the like hand spectrum. I could see how somebody with small hands would have problems with this guitar. I'm not super picky, so it doesn't really bother me. But when you read criticisms of ye old Wizard 2 neck online, I can understand where people are coming from. This is a very wide neck, a very thick neck, and it seems like maybe this was made just for Paul Bunyan or something. But I enjoy it. I'm not picky. The big thing with me is that the frets are all even and just very smooth when you're doing adjustments on it. And as one expects with pre-2000 Japan guitars, this one is very well engineered and is just really smooth all around. All right, so thanks for sticking around for the tour. I hope you enjoyed that. Now we're going to listen to how this guitar sounds. I'm playing through a Mesa Boogie Express 550. In all likelihood, I will be recording with the same mic that's miking my voice right now, an Audio-Technica AT 2035, I think it's called, a large body condenser mic. And that's it, I think. Enjoy.
Well, that's the video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just radio me in and comment. Send a comment transmission in the comment section of the video. Just a bonus little travel tip. Most of the food in Portland, Oregon sucks. But there's this Goose Hotel place, Goose Hotel Restaurant something, that actually has a really good Reuben sandwich. It's really good. Bye.